Your schools are designed for employees. You spend probably 20 plus years studying. For what? You have to change your mindset. So if school taught you that way, learn, theory, and then when you get out in the real world, you can figure it out. You don't need all these complicated courses. Actually, you need the opposite. You are basically going to get your MBA in wholesaling in the first 2 years of doing it. How to make 2023 your best year in wholesaling real estate. Guys, it's Rick Ginn, and in this video, I'm not only going to teach you how to make this your best year, I'm going to teach you how to fix your mindset. I'm going to teach you how to get the right direction to attack your wholesaling business. And I'm going to teach you how to prosper in 2023 when most wholesalers will actually fail. But before I get into it, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, you hit that subscribe button so you can continue to receive the best information on wholesaling real estate today. So guys, 2023 is upon us, and I know a lot of people like to make New Year's resolutions. I'm going to do this and do that. So let's get out in front of it and let's figure out how to make 2023 our best year in wholesaling real estate. So unless you've fallen off the earth, 2023, in my personal opinion, is probably going to be one of the greatest opportunities in wholesaling we've had probably in the last 12 years. That's right, I said that here. And we've had a crazy market, we've had a crazy run up, and with the change in the economy, real estate prices starting to wane, there's going to be a ton of opportunity. For those of you that are ready, you are going to prosper and you are going to knock all other wholesalers off their socks. So let's figure out how to do it so you can attack it. And the first thing we have to go after is your mindset. Because the reality is, if you're watching this video and you're excited about wholesaling, most likely something in your life is just not quite working. It's probably going to be your finances, your lack of freedom over time, and feeling like you have no options. So the good news is you're in the right space, okay? Wholesaling has done amazing things for myself, my son, and my entire family. And if I didn't take that risk 21 years ago, I wouldn't be sitting in front of this camera talking to you today. So I know wholesaling is the right answer. The question is, are you going to change your mindset on how you've gotten to this point? So I love that you've contacted and met up with me through the internet. You probably met up with my son online. So now we have to get into your mindset. So the first thing you have to do to truly open up your mind, to be open to opportunities of wholesaling, is number one, you got to be grateful for what you have and where you're at. Because if you're grateful, you can't be mad, you can't have anxiety, you can't get nervous. So by being grateful for what you have, your family, a roof over your head, you got food on your table, you have no idea how far ahead you are of most people on this earth. And if you take that time to be grateful, it opens your heart up and more opportunities will abound to you. So I want you to start with gratefulness. Number two, you have to make a decision. This is going to be the hardest part of this video. You have to make a decision if wholesaling is right for you. And if you want to do wholesaling, you have to make the decision for you. And you got to stop making decisions based on everybody else around you. Because at the end of the day, you're stuck with the decisions you made. So number one, make the decision. And I want you to understand, stop worrying about what your family says and your friends say. Because the reality is, why would they attack you for something that would make you better, free up your time, and make you financially free? Why? Because you are going to expose their insecurities if you attempt to do that. So a lot of people like to huddle together. 95% of society just wants it safe. They want a regular job. You go to college, you work for the big corporations, and that's it. I'm telling you guys, that is the fastest way to the shortest life of your life, the most boring life. And I'm telling you, I don't want that for anybody. But here's the key. You have to make the decision. If you're going to let everybody else influence you, then you're just living their life and you're never going to live your life. And at the end of your life, you're going to go, man, what if I did that wholesaling thing? And you're going to regret that decision because you were worried about what other people thought about you. Here's a little secret. When I started wholesaling, everybody ganged up on me. Everyone told me I was wasting my time. I'm going to risk everything I have. And I finally fought back and said, what am I risking? I'm miserable. I'm deep in debt and I have no time to do anything. And financial freedom's nowhere in my future. So I made a decision and I burnt the bridges and I went completely forward with it. So I want you to understand, if you don't make that decision, by not making a decision, you've actually made the decision. Hopefully you decide yes to wholesaling. So once you change your mindset and you make that decision for you, you now can go to the next phase of your mindset, which is just expanding your mind. And here's the freaky part. You ready for this? For you to become the wholesaler, you are going to have to kill the old version of yourself. And it's scary. And it's the truth, though. So for you to become that great wholesaler, you're going to have to kill the old version of your bad habits that got you to financial ruins, had no time, and frustrated, made you nervous, and created a lot of anxiety in your life. And I know that sounds terrible, but it's going to be wildly uncomfortable and it's not going to feel good. You're still you. You're the person. You have your core values, but your friends are going to change. Your business associates are going to change. The types of cars you drive are going to change. Everything's going to change in your life. And here's the scary part. It's not going to change right off the bat because you make this commitment and you're living this lifestyle and you have to fight the fight to get there. But as you do it, you will come out a whole new form of you, and it's everything you've desired in life. You're going to get consistency. You're going to get discipline. You're going to figure out how to talk to people. You're not scared of no's. And guys, by doing this and expanding your mindset to become a truly successful wholesaler, you can now make the change you need for you and your family. So many people talk about wholesaling. Oh, you just got to do this. Nobody ever talks about mindset. And I'm here to tell you, you have to change your mindset. You have to make a decision, and then you have to learn to expand your mindset by leaving your old self behind and replacing it with a better version of yourself. And you and your family will be better off for it, but you're going to freak a lot of people out while you do it. It's okay. It's norm. I went through 2 years of doing this. So if you're asking how long does it take for that metamorphosis, it's 2 years and you're going to be fought the entire way. Don't worry. I'm here to help you out and I'll give you guidance on it. So now let's talk about how to attack your wholesaling real estate business for 2023. What you have to understand is you have to simplify it. Simplify, 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 because that's what works on a repetitive basis. The more complicated you make wholesaling, the hardest it's going to be. Here's a little secret. You ready for this? Wholesaling is actually very simple. The problem is people like me, people like you, we make it complicated. Guys, my first 3-4 years of this business, I made it so complicated because that's all I knew. So remember, you have to kill your old self to become the new self. And by simplifying things, you can get a predictable outcome. If you complicate it, meaning you have to go through a million steps and you have to filter it through your own mind, this is going to be painful. So by making this transformation, I'm going to have you focus on making it simple. The reason why you need to understand this is because all throughout school, your parents, your friends, everything is you've learned in a society where we go to traditional schools. And what do you do at schools? We take tests, we memorize stuff. And then if you fail, you retake the test and you work on a grade point average. And I'm here to tell you, you spend all these years, how many years? You spend probably 20 plus years studying for what? What happens at the end? Then you go out into the real world, and the real world kicks most people on their butt, especially straight out of college, especially in a sales job or any type of corporate job. Ask me how I know. I've lived this dream. So you actually have to do the opposite of what the school system taught you. So remember, we talk about killing your old self to your new self. This is shocking for most people. You are basically going to get your MBA in wholesaling in the first 2 years of doing it. But here's the cool part. I'm going to teach you how to make 6 figures while you do it. So in school, you go to probably 4, 6, 8 years of schooling to learn this. A real wholesaler will pick this up in 6 to 12 months. Will be making money, will fail as they go forward, but make a ton of money. Can you imagine in school if you could make $100,000 a year while you actually learn the jobs that you actually want to do, or like the companies you want to run? Remember, schools are designed for employees. They're designed for employees to be complacent, to follow directions and follow the herd. You are going to do the complete opposite. So you have to change your mindset. So if school taught you that way, learn, theory, and then when you get out in the real world, you can figure it out. Wholesaling is the opposite. You're going to learn, apply, take massive tons of action, and you're going to get feedback, and some's going to be good and some's going to be bad. And you're going to adapt. So when we fail in life, it's what we call a learning moment. In school, a failure is considered the dunce of the class. You're never going to get anywhere, and you're never going to make a great employee. And they're right, because you're not going to be a great employee. You're going to be a superstar business owner. And that's what I want you to understand. So remember, take your wholesaling business and simplify it. Most people that teach wholesaling real estate complicate the heck out of it. It's terrible. I've done this for 21 years. I learned a valuable lesson when I taught my son at age 16, 17 how to do this business. I gave simple, clear-cut directions, and I didn't let him screw it up. And for that reason, I had massive success in teaching them. And that's when the light bulb really went on. You don't need all these complicated courses. Actually, you need the opposite. So the best way to do this, guys, to learn and simplify your wholesaling is go to freewholesaling.com. There's 27 years experience there. And then keep in mind, me and my son run a 7-figure wholesale operation to date. And everything we teach you and share with you is up to date because we're doing it in our business. And guys, we go live 6 days a week with you. Nobody else will do what we do. And we are authentic when we teach you, meaning we are our real selves. There is no show behind us. There is no cameraman behind me. I don't have an entire team. Why? Because I just tell you how it is. I don't have to make up stuff, and I want it to be real and authentic. Guys, simplify your wholesaling, freewholesaling.com. Go there, get started today. And that brings me to my second thing about getting wholesaling. Stop thinking about it. Either do it or don't. You have to commit to do it. So many people want to think about it. I'm going to play around with it. Honestly, make a decision. Because if you don't make a decision, you've already made a decision. Commit to wholesaling. It will work for you. So my last bit of advice on simplifying your wholesaling is the information we're going to give you at freewholesaling.com is you have to do it to a T. Now you can adapt a little bit if you're in a snow area and different parts of the United States. But if you're doing the cold calling and we're telling you to go get 500 leads and make 500 cold calls, it doesn't say just do 100 and you'll be fine. See, what happens is most people, remember, we're talking about your old personality, your old self, is you're going to take this information, you're going to filter it through your own lenses, and you're going to adapt it to your personality. Well, memo right now, by filtering and changing the information to fit your old personality will keep you in your old self, and you're never going to make that transformation to a truly successful wholesaler. Because that manipulation, that filtering, that changing for your personality is what has got you to this point. So what I'm saying is take the information at freewholesaling.com and literally follow it. Stop adapting it. Go crazy with it. I would actually, if we tell you to go out and get 400 leads, go get 800. But don't get 400 and go, well, I got 20 leads and they didn't talk to me. It wasn't designed just to contact 20 people. The reality is, stop changing the information to make you feel good right now, because you're going to have to get uncomfortable. You're going to have to make that change to be truly successful in 2023 as a wholesaler. So let's get into simplifying on how we find deals in wholesaling. And as I said, this is really simple, so don't change it. Number one, you have to understand to be successful, especially starting out in wholesaling, is you have to have a massive amount of quantity. Why? Because if you don't have the experience, you have to make it up for in quantity. Because what quantity is going to do is give you so many more opportunities, and quantity is going to give you a lot of rejections. You should get some yeses in there, but you're going to make money and you're going to learn as you fail. And that is what we call, my friends, experience. The only way to get experience is through a lot of practice, practice, practice. There's going to be a part where you role play and you practice your lines. And there's a part where you actually practice with your customers. I want you to do the role playing before, but you have to have a massive amount of quantity, because if you're young, you go, oh my God, I'm young, this is going to be tough. No, young is a huge asset. I didn't start this business till I was almost 34, guys. So if you're a teenager and you're just thinking about starting out this, there's no issue here. So you just have to make it up in quantity. And remember, your youth is an asset. And what you lack in experience, you're going to make up in quantity, and you're also going to make it up in enthusiasm. Everybody likes to work with an enthusiastic salesperson, and that's who you're going to become. It's so critical you understand the quantity piece. So guys, how do we get quantity? So the first step in wholesaling is to locate motivated sellers. So I'm going to give you the easiest, most direct, free ways to do it, and then we'll go over a couple paid ways. So number one, driving for dollars. This is the simple act of just getting in your car and finding ugly houses, writing down the address, and then looking up on the property appraiser who the owner is, and then skip tracing their phone number. Build a massive list. This works really well because you are finding properties that have issues, and usually, guys, where there's smoke, there's fire. That's why driving for dollars is hugely powerful. Take different routes every day. Comb the neighborhoods where you want to do your investing. And guys, this to date is a technique we use in our business today, and I've been doing this 21 plus years. It's fast, it's effective, and it works. The next one I want you to do is government list. Me and Zach talk about this all the time. We've kind of coined this phrase. Government list came from me and Zach, and it's the ability of getting leads from your courthouse. So you want to look at your pre-foreclosures, your eviction list. You can look at divorces. You can look at probates. Probates are huge. I love probates. That's when somebody passes away and they usually want to get the property sold. And we're wholesalers and we wind up buying them. You'll also get your code violations list. You can get your HOA lien list, your other type of lien list. You can also get your water shutoffs, the fire damage properties. Guys, I love these types of properties because number one, they're free. And number two, wherever there's smoke, there's fire. No pun intended on the fire damage properties. But guys, these things work. And the reasons like you don't hear this from other people is because they're free. And people think, well, it's free, it can't be good. I'm telling you, it's really good. It works. And if you guys want to get quantity, you've got to take advantage of all these techniques I'm sharing with you now. So let's talk about some simple paid ones. So there's sites where we use where they can scrape data for you if you don't have as much time available, or you really want to blow up your quantity. And the really cool thing is, for it's like 97 bucks a month, like a really low price, it's much cheaper than doing an employee. You can get 10,000 leads a month. You can get the vacant list. You can get the zombie property list. Sounds crazy. You can get the high equity list. You can get whatever you want. You just go over to listrei.com. All that information is there. You can get a 7-day free trial period. We use it in our business. It's cheaper than starting with an employee. And if you want to up your quantity, that, in my opinion, is one of the best places to get started on that. So the next technique we want to do is we want to contact the sellers. Now, our main objective is to qualify the sellers. And for the most part, you're going to disqualify most of your sellers. And what do I mean by that? If I contact 100 sellers, 85 of them will probably not give me the time of day. I'm okay with it. I accept rejection. And remember, when you're changing our old self, we understand we're just looking for a few yeses to drastically change our lives. So knowing going into that, we teach you a technique over at freewholesaling.com called MCTP. And this stands for motivation, condition, timeline, and price. By going over these 4 factors, allows you to have a conversation with your seller. We teach you how to do it in detail there. And you can qualify what we call highly motivated sellers, and motivated sellers are the key in getting the best deal. And it's important that we find these people. So once we've qualified our motivated sellers, then you can decide to make an appointment to basically go out and give them an offer. And once again, we've made our offer real simple. It is a 2-page contract that's all over at freewholesaling.com. Simplify this, guys. Sellers don't want 25-page contracts. They want to know what's the price and when do you will close. And when do they get their money? That's all they care about. They don't want 25 pages of lawyer and realtor stuff. If they wanted that, they would have already gone to them. So make their life as simple as possible when you make the offer. And step 4 is the easiest part. You're basically going to take that contract you've entered in with your seller, your assignable contract, and you're simply going to assign that to a cash buyer. Now, you're probably saying to me, Rick, how do I get cash buyers? It's not as challenging as you think, but going in 2023, you are going to be a cash buyer expert, because you need to spend time with your cash buyers. You need to vet them by personally calling them. You need to get proof of funds from them and find out what price points they buy, what areas they buy. And you want to use this intel so you can take the best information possible so you can buy the deals at the right price. Remember, at the end of the day, your cash buyers are ultimately your customers you're selling to. So if you don't make them happy and you don't know what they want, it's hard to be wildly successful in 2023 in wholesaling real estate. So some easy strategies to find cash buyers. One of the paid sites we like to use is zacdata.com. You can go there and they'll actually pull up cash buyers in that area, in that price range, in that geographic zone, whatever you want. It's nicely organized. You press a button and it spits it out, and that's great information. Another technique we teach you is how to work with realtors that have cash buyers. So they represent these cash buyers and they make quick decisions and they know what price points they want to buy. By using these 2 techniques alone, it will wildly separate you from the competition in wholesaling in 2023. So the final thing you need to understand to be successful in 2023 in wholesaling real estate is you have to wildly commit to the process. And what do I mean by that? I'm going to teach you a term called detachment. And what do I mean by detachment? Obviously, you know what it means. It means to detach. A detachment in wholesaling real estate simply means the ability to remove your emotions from the outcome. So when I make an offer, I don't personally take it if they reject me. And I don't get wildly excited if they say yes, even though I do. It's just the truth. If you can remove and manage your emotions from this business, your success is unlimited. Most wholesalers tie their emotions and they depend wildly on what the seller says to them. You can't do that. You make 100 offers. If 3 get accepted, let's move on. Let's go find more motivated sellers. By using detachment in wholesaling real estate, it will make you very successful. I didn't learn this till late in the game. Guys, do not let your feelings, your interpretation of the business depend on one response from a seller, because you're going to get a lot of rejection in this business. So I only need a few yeses. So you control your attitude, you control your temperament. Don't ever let a seller, don't ever let a cash buyer, don't ever let a realtor or any other fellow wholesalers tell you otherwise. Detachment is the art of truly rising above every other wholesaler in this business and being crazy successful in 2023. So guys, let me know in the comments below, are you going to use these techniques to be successful in 2023? And what do you think? Which techniques are you going to use the most? And which ones do you go, I don't know if I can do that? Remember guys, you have to make change to truly become better. You're going to have to kill your old self. Don't be scared. This is an exciting opportunity. I love wholesaling. I want you guys to be successful. And me and Zach are here along the entire journey to help ensure your success in 2023. So guys, do me a favor. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button. You hit that subscribe button to continue to receive exclusive, most up-to-date information on wholesaling today. Guys, this is Rick Ginn, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.